Mama always says water is the best. Let's light it up.
Well, we got a lot on the show today. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with some case knives, including this one. So this one's making its return. This was actually an exclusive for us a couple of years ago, 2022, and it was extremely popular. We got Case to make some more for us. So this is going to be the yellow composite handle, not just carbon steel, but we're talking 1095. So let me show you on this blade right here. You're going to see on that tang stamp right there, 3254, that's the model number, 1095. That means it's 1095 carbon steel on these. So not just Case's carbon steel, but the 1095 carbon steel. And that we do on a lot of our exclusives. And this is a really cool knife. I've actually got one of these. Now the difference between this one and the one that we saw a couple of years ago is obviously going to be on the tang stamp there. The date tang stamp is actually going to show this as a 2024 knife. So limited amount of these. They're coming in at a really good price point. We're talking $54.99. $54.99 for that nice composite handle, 1095 carbon steel case knife. That's a smoking deal right there.
And you know, for those that might be a little confused on 1095 versus the stainless, those that collect the carbon steel, those go fast because people know what it is, they know what it likes, and I mean, there's a little give and take to each one. Some people like the edge retention a little bit better on the 1095, but it does come with, you need to take care of it.
Yeah. And I will say, you know, carbon steel was always what the old timers, and I say that from experience. My papa always, he would never get the stainless steel because he hated how hard it was to sharpen, because he never had time to sit there and actually sharpen the stainless steel. He liked how easy it was to sharpen the carbon steel, and also how tough it was. So
yeah, it's overall it's really a better steel if you know how to take care of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and if you use it a lot, you're not going to run into any issues with it rusting. Now, if it just sits for a long period of time in between uses, absolutely. But if you use it a lot and use it the right way and keep it clean, it's going to work for you really, really well. Another one that we want to show off is going to be this one right here. So this is actually the cover of our most recent catalog, and this is an exclusive. So this one is going to be the second cut burnt bone from Case, and this is the 05 razor pattern. So the second cut burnt bone, those have been very popular for us, and this is our exclusive in the razor pattern. Again, it was the cover of that most recent catalog. They are in stock now, and get these while you can, because that's going to be a really nice collectible. You can only get them here at SMKW. And it's obviously the vault pattern for this year. Beautifully done. Love that 05 razor pattern. You saw the half stop there. And then, of course, got the pen blade as well. And that's just, that burnt bone is just gorgeous. I think it's...
It really does pop. And, you know, each one's going to be individually different from...
Because those are all hand done. I mean, it's not something that's printed on. It's just how they're burnt and how it accepts it and how much time is taken on it. So
one of those things of with the video we just did of reasons to visit a knife store. You get the opportunity when you come in. So come and visit us, and you can kind of go through and pick out which one you like the most.
Yeah, and which one pops the best
with limits. We're not going to open up every box in this store. Yeah. But that is one of the beauties of coming into a store, and you get to see this stuff in hand. So if you're nearby, we're here in CIVIVI, just at the gateway of the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, come and visit. That one's cool. It looks like there's another one of these.
Yes. So we got another razor pattern here. This is going to be the curly maple, I believe it is. Yes, curly maple smooth razor. The natural curly maple smooth razor.
That is cool.
Razor.
It's got a shimmer to it.
It does. That is just gorgeous. Nickel silver on the bolsters, brass pins, brass liners, and that one is coming in at $89.99. And I gotta say, I'm not a big wood handle guy, but that's beautiful. The way that curly maple shines.
It's kind of crazy how it does that too. Like,
yeah.
It's very nice. I actually prefer the shield on this one a little bit better.
Yeah, it's got the nice contrast with the black background instead of just the all nickel silver. So they've got the black background on
it really pops and stands out. So that's really cool. That one, man, to be honest with you, there's really not many in the vault pattern this year that just don't look amazing.
Yeah,
I really like. I hate to say it like that, but
yeah,
I really do like them all.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And this one, not an SFO, but a beautiful knife nonetheless. So that is going to be the Purple Bone Smooth Canoe, which I love the Canoe pattern anyways. I love that diamond XX shield, and that this one has the XX on the bolster right there. I just think that looks super cool, classy. It's something that you don't see on a lot of the patterns. So getting something, I enjoy collecting ones that have engraving on the shield. I think it's really cool. And that purple smooth bone is just beautiful. And that's another example of each one of these is going to be different because each one takes the dye differently. There are some that are lighter. There are some that are darker. It just depends. And, you know, how porous the bone is going to determine, you know, how well it takes the dye. And there's some that it doesn't matter how long you leave them in the dye, they're still not going to soak it in as well as others. So that's the beauty and the uniqueness of bone when it's dyed like that. And that one's coming in at $79.99, I believe it is. Yeah, $79.99. So another great collectible. We've got the entire series of that one in now, and I love those. I think those are beautiful.
Well, I would say personally, jumping from that, you know, everybody thinks of Case either as collectible or great work knives, and we got some really interesting things you brought up here that I would consider legit work knives.
Work knives, yeah.
So
that's a work knife.
Tell me about these right here.
So we got the new CIVIVI Elementum utility. So the Elementum has been a very, very popular design, and I'd say for the last 2 or 3 years since they came out, maybe even longer than that. I don't remember exactly, but the utility is going to be a little bit smaller than the original Elementum, and this is going to be the button lock version, and this, of course, is obviously going to have, there we go, the utility blade in there, which they made some changes to it. We've actually shown you guys video, I believe, from Blade West last year, maybe from Blade Texas earlier this year. They made some changes to it. They wanted to make it where these blades were universal fitment and not proprietary, so they've done that. They're secured by a screw, which is very easy to access, and we've got 3 different colors as of right now. We've got the gray here, we've got the green, and the blue, all anodized aluminum there. Got the flipper, also got the ambi thumb studs there, and they come with, what is that, 3 extra blades? Yeah, 3 extra blades in the box with them. An extra screw also in case you lose this one here. And like I said, these are going to be universal fitment with any utility blades, so box knife blades, something like that. And they are super simple to change out. So it's a T8, and all you got to do, break that loose, pop that out right there, take the old blade out, or with this one, you can even, if you haven't used the backside of it, you can flip it over and reverse it. Either way, slide it in there, line up the hole, put the screw on, get it started, line it up there, get it flush up against the top, and then tighten her down, and you're good to go.
And you know it's not going anywhere with that.
Yeah.
Screw in there. So.
And you can, I mean, even if you want to feel a little more secure about it, you could like use some blue Loctite, which is not going to be permanent, but it's going to keep it from backing out on you if you wanted to. But I'd say as often as you might be changing that out, that wouldn't be necessary.
It's a cool little different version of, you know, fastback.
Yep.
So a little sleeker.
These things have been super popular, especially lately. Getting utility blades like this that you don't have to worry about marring up, scarring up your nice knives, especially if you work in a warehouse kind of situation. You're opening a lot of boxes all day long, cutting bands on pallets, things like that. So, yeah, it's a great action. It really is. No wrist action needed, even for my haters. And it just pops right out there. I like it. The best thing about these is the price, $42.50.
Yeah,
$42.50. That is a fantastic deal for a nice little utility blade that is going to act more like a pocket knife than it is a box cutter. And
I really like that green.
I gotta say, I dig it. Yeah, I like the gray as well. And I don't hate the blue.
Blue's too much for me, but I like the other two
It's
colors.
too bright for you.
Too bright for me. But
we gotta dull it out.
This green is just muted enough for me to say okay. I will do a dark green.
It's got the Pacific Northwest kind of vibe to it.
You make me feel like I'm special on this end. If you don't like a lot of color in your knives, let me know below. Let me know if you like the dull tones or if you like something bright blue, red, yellow. I like my muted colors, browns and grays and blacks.
And see, and I feel like there's a place for all that. There's some knives that I like very muted, some knives that I like really flashy. It just depends.
Well, just because it's a muted color doesn't mean it can't be flashy, and I think you know which knife I'm about to talk about next. And
Isaac is super excited about this one.
I said personally, I'm not a Boker collector. I only own one Boker in my entire collection. I would love to have this one to my collection, but as you know, we are paid with peanuts, and it is hard to afford some of these things. And while this one does bring a high price, it is very special in the materials that it uses to garner that price.
And high quality production too.
It's Italian made, which with Boker Plus, sometimes you hear that plus, you think of their economy budget line. Yeah. This is made in Italy. We imagine Fox probably is most likely making this because they do pair up on some stuff. That is a different carbon fiber in there, ain't it?
That is. So that is going to be space coral carbon fiber with the stainless steel. They make two different versions. The FatCarbon company actually makes two different versions of this space coral, one with copper and then one with stainless steel. This is the one with stainless steel, and this is going to be their Dunes FatCarbon right here, Black Dunes. And, it's not focusing at all. Come on, give me something here. Get there. There it is. So that is going to be the Dunes FatCarbon right there on the faux bolster. And then, of course, the space coral with the stainless steel FatCarbon right there on the main handle section. And blue anodized titanium screws, blue anodized titanium pivot collar, and titanium on the backside frame lock, as well as titanium on that nice milled pocket clip right there, which has this is the first time I'm noticing that drastic upsweep, and that's a milled titanium pocket clip, not a...
I'm going to tell you right now, if we took the etching off the blade there, and I handed you that, would you think that was a Boker knife?
No, I wouldn't.
That feels, and it is in the mid-tech price range, but it is 100%
I messed that up.
Mid-tech feeling with the drop shut that it has, the smooth ball bearings that it has right there. It is...
That's butter.
The only thing I can complain about this knife is the price, because everything else is...
super premium.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we only have two of these.
Yeah.
So just so you know, we're not selling these out the wazoo, but there are people out there that collect these, and this is a collector's edition because this is only 500 worldwide.
Yep, worldwide. So 191 of 500 right there on the blade. Also has in the box an actual
Handwritten.
card with it, handwritten, showing you the materials and that this is 191. The box also comes with a sticker on it that says 191, so everything's matched up together. And also MagnaCut on the blade steel, so they've really done a lot of good work on this thing and made it super beautiful. And like he said, the price is not for the faint of heart. We're coming in at $420, $415, but that is a super
you're getting a stainless steel carbon fiber.
Yeah.
We had to look this up because I think we've only ever seen the material at Blade Show as a material. We've not really seen it on a knife, and in fact, this is the first stainless steel that we were able to find. I'm sure somebody out there will find another one.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we've had this
Some
before.
custom knife maker had this one a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
on Reddit.
I'm sure custom makers have had this. But as far as a production knife goes, this is the first time I've had it in hand, and we handle thousands of knives a year. So I would say that's pretty special on the end. And like we pointed out, they do this in copper as well. So, but this is the first time we have seen it in hand with stainless.
Yeah,
that is really cool. And we were looking it up, and you can polish this.
Yeah, so you can do like a high polish finish or a matte finish on that, either one, and that's also a very interesting prospect as well.
Beautiful knife, super smooth. Man, I would. That is a. I probably won't see it again because there's only two, but that would go in a grill knife for me. That is a very nice knife. I have no qualms about it. Qualms
or quarrels, either one, kind of works. Another new one that we've got is this ProTech. This is the PDW Invictus Auto, and this is not necessarily a new one, but we did get a big restock in ProTech. Kind of wanted to show this one off. I love this knife. This is absolutely beautiful. So black aluminum handles, red G10 on the push button there. I like that accent in that one spot because it's like, don't push the red button. I mean,
it is a very tempting button to push.
It is, and it pops right out there. MagnaCut on the blade steel on this one. Stonewash blade. Safety right there, which is going to lock it in the closed position as well as the open position, so you don't have to worry about it disengaging either way. And I mean, ProTech just always comes through. It always hammers it out and makes a beautiful finished product. That one's coming in at $360 right there.
I bet I know what your favorite part of the knife is.
What?
The blood groove.
Yes. I love the blood groove. And then shifting gears kind of, and we haven't really shown a lot of multi-tools lately, but Leatherman just recently released their new colors in the Skeletool KB, which is their knife right there. Roll that one open. So this is going to be in the Paradise color. Now, you will recognize this color. They have done this colorway in the Signal, which we've done several videos on. I've got the Signal in this color, and I love it. It's been a very popular color for them. They renamed the colorway to Paradise for the Skeletool series, and this is the KB. That one's coming in at $39.95. And then and that's not the only new color either. So you got the bottle opener right there on the pocket clip, which I really dig. I like that. But they've also got like a two-tone blue. They've got like FD maybe, I think. There's several different colorways in that. These are just the ones that popped color-wise and I knew would bother Isaac the most. So that's why I picked these out. And we've also got new colorways that match those in the Skeletool CX. So really, really well done on this. Both of these are going to be more stripped down versions of things that you can get from Leatherman right there. Now, obviously the CX in the Skeletool line is going to have 154 cm on the blade steel on this one.
It's kind of cool how you can see the exact
lines, yeah,
in there.
Exactly.
I mean, everything exactly. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's basically, but they just took that half off, and so that's really cool. It's not just a smaller part; it's the exact same dimensions. So that's really cool.
And so 154 cm on the blade stool. Wow. 154 cm on the blade steel.
Hey, everybody poops. Even knives.
And I got to say, I really enjoy the Skeletool. I like the way it feels in hand. And like I said before, it's stripped down, very simple. You've got your spare bit right there. And if you want to extend the uses for this, you can actually get their proprietary bit set. They're all going to fit in here. Or you can get like their ratchet driver. And that's going to fit in there as well. So, yeah. And so you can just pop that out, pop that right in there, and now you've got a ratchet driver. It's super simple, and I like that kind of functionality. That's something that means a lot to me because I use these kind of tools all the time. I would rather have something on me like that I can use in a pinch. Might not be the optimum tool, but if it's what I've got, it's what I've got, and it can get the job done.
I use my Signal all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I use it 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So it's definitely my go-to when I'm outside. They're really all-in-one tools. I've used it to take down little branches that I need out of the way, cut zip ties, put the bolts back on my car battery.
Yep.
Like
I actually used my ARC just a couple of days ago. I use it usually every day, but I used it for a more intense job just a couple of days ago, changing out the overhead console in my truck. Got a used one off of eBay that I needed to change out because mine was broken. And
well, typically when you're using a multi-tool, you think, well, I'm losing the durability and the strong function of just one tool.
Yeah.
But especially with the Leatherman brand, you're really getting the full functionality of that individual tool as you would with just a screwdriver or just a knife. And that's the beauty of their quality is each tool on the multi-tool is really good.
Yeah, really strong and comes with the 25-year warranty. So
which is
really nice
ridiculous.
aspect. That Skeletool CX is coming in at $89.95, and now there's just one series left to do.
And we've talked about this series a couple times. But now it's available.
Yep. Available now. It is the Benchmade Water Series, and I've got to say I am extremely pleased and impressed, and I hope you guys are at the price point these are coming in at for what you're getting. So we'll start at this end, I guess, what people are going to most, what I think is going to sell the best and what's going to be the most wanted. This is the Mini Adira, coming in with CPM-MagnaCut on the blade steel. Got the lanyard with it and the lanyard bead. I like the color of these. They fit with the whole water series kind of theme. So these are all going to be really good, especially with the MagnaCut, at being stainless or stain resistant, corrosion resistant.
You can't really tell very much from the video, but it has this little grip texture
and it's
in there that helps a lot.
It doesn't look super aggressive, but when you grip down on it, it's grabby.
It's kind of got like a skateboard grip tape feel to it.
And that one's coming in at $207. So we're talking MagnaCut, axis lock, lanyard, blue gribbery on the handles, really substantial blade right there, and Mini, which I would not consider necessarily a Mini. I consider that a
this would be a full size folder, in my opinion.
But if that's not big enough for you, you've got the full size Adira, which is going to be this one right here.
Which now it does make this one look
it does look like a Mini now. But we're talking MagnaCut again, blue gribbery, lanyard included. This one's coming in at $225, so really not terrible pricing for having a blade that size, that durable, and
these remind
really
me
like this series.
If the Adamas, Mini Adamas, and Adamas somehow like turned into Aquaman,
right?
That's what this would be like. It's got that Adamas feel. You got an Adamas on you?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I'll go ahead and pull it out.
I got my Mini Adamas.
It's got that same.
kind of ergonomics. Yeah.
I mean, it's very similar. Even down to the back of the handle.
Yeah.
So it's
how it scoops down, gives you that security back there that it's not going to slip out of your hand.
It's super lightweight. This is heavy. This is pretty heavy. I would say this is probably 25% lighter.
At least, yeah, if not 50.
So that gives you the size comparison. Yeah. It's a full size knife. The other one is very full size.
Yeah. So, very full size, absolutely. Yeah. So 207 for the mini, 225 for the full size there. And then we get into the fixed blades. And I got to say, this one is probably my favorite one right here. This is going to be the Intersect. And in their depth blue is what they're calling it.
Now, I like this blue.
Yeah.
It's still not my first choice, but it's a little muted.
Yeah.
It's
not overstated. And I love this size for an EDC fixed blade. It's full tang. You can see coming right through to the lanyard hole in the back side right there. MagnaCut on the blade steel again. And this handle material, I'm trying to figure out exactly what this is, because this handle material is, they're saying it's santoprene, not santoprene. So santoprene handle, which is nice.
Eskimos in Alaska.
It's going to be nice and grippy, especially when it gets wet. So it's kind of like a rubberized kind of feel. And I love the pocket clip. So you can pocket carry this, you can belt carry this, you can flip the pocket, carry the pocket clip around to this side. You can have the belt go through the sheath itself. You can mount it on
mother of jimping.
Little bit of everything. And yes, I love that jimping. It makes it super secure, especially if you're using it for like diving or anything like that, anywhere around water.
Even carries over into the handle.
Mm-hmm. I love that knife. I think it's absolutely awesome. Coming in at $180. So, I mean, I feel like it's a good price. It's a solid little EDC fixed blade. And, of course, the sheath is going to be reversible as well. So you can carry that left or right-handed and not have any issues. So you can flip that knife around if you want to left-handed there, or wrong-handed, depending on how you look at it. And that's me just being mean.
I was just told that's what's wrong with the world.
Ah, that's what it is. And it's also got a drain hole in the bottom, as any, fixed blade should. So you can, the water will drain out of there nice and easy, and you have less of a chance of corrosion or anything like that. Next up on the fixed blade train here is going to be the Undercurrent sheep's foot right here. This thing is super
Can we not pass up how easy that was?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Let's listen to this click. Clicks in there.
That button, I don't know if you all have ever struggled with some of these Kydex sheaths. This one's not Kydex, but it's like, sometimes it's just a struggle to get it out. That little button lever, it just kind of throws the knife into getting right in the spot.
The sweet spot.
To just pull right out. Ah.
It's super smooth. Again, MagnaCut on the blade steel, partially serrated, sheep's foot blade. Got the nice thumb ramp up top right there. I like this thing.
Looks odd, but feels right.
Yeah. It absolutely does.
And it also is what helps keep it in that sheath really secure too, with that little ramp.
And so that's actually how that lock engages. You can actually see it in there, maybe. Put it in the right spot.
Come on now. It just, use your imagination.
There it is. There it is. It did it for a second. But so that one's coming in at $225 for, that's a good size fixed blade right there. That is a
full tang, yeah.
Full tang, big beefy boy right there. And If it's something you're looking for, I think this goes really great with a tackle box or anything like that. We've got 2 different fillet knives. So we've got the Fish Crafter fixed blades in a 7-inch version, this one right here, and that slides out really nicely as well. Now that one doesn't have the locking mechanism, but that's the 7-inch version right there. Again, MagnaCut on the blade steel, super thin, super slicey, and then Isaac's got the 9-inch version right there. That's a long one. Sure is. I don't think I've ever seen anything that long.
I don't think anybody complain about the size of this one.
So those are coming in $240 for the 7-inch version and $260 for the 9-inch version. All of those in the fixed blades have that Santoprene handle material and nice tap. There we go. So that's all the new knives that we have on today's episode. We've got more coming up next week. We do have a quick update for you on a knife that we've done a lot of stuff with. So this is going to be the Highland Bowie. We've done a few different videos dating back to when we first started here on the Highland Bowie. Nice blood groove there. Beautiful knife. Now, originally it was stick tang. There were some issues with the handle and it not being as durable as we wanted it. So we went back to the drawing board, redesigned it, and they sent this one. So we took it apart. Now, it was our understanding that they were actually going to, and you can see the stick coming in right there, they were going to pin it twice. So there's a pin up here, and there's a pin there, and they were going to weld it all the way around here. We took it apart, weren't satisfied with that. And there have been some complaints about that as well. So it wasn't welded. We were like, no, we've got to get this fixed. So we did away with this stick tang version, and the new version will be full tang all the way. So no weld, no pinning, no nothing else. It is full tang all the way through right there and all the way to the handle. So that is what will be happening going forward, and that is the ones that we will have going forward. So really nice, durable, full tang fixed blade. That has been a long, arduous journey of us going through that, and we've even destroyed several knives going through the testing. That's just for complete transparency, because we want to show you guys that we listen, we care, and we want to make things the right way, and we want to make you guys happy. So that is the new updated Highland Bowie from Rough Ryder right there. That's very smile-inducing right there, just holding that. That's
a big boy.
That's nice. So what are you carrying today?
Let's see. I can actually show today's carry. I have the REATE, the PLXR, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
It's PLE. It's a PLE something.
PT, PL, PP something.
All I know is cool, and I like it. And when I saw it at SHOT Show, I knew I had to have it. I saw it at Blade Show,
Texas. Well, we saw it
West,
the first time at Blade West last year.
In a couple of different color forms, but they didn't have this one. And then when I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I really like that. And as you can tell, it fits my color.
Yep.
Color scheme. So I really like this one. And it's different. You don't see this on too many knives, but you got the pivot.
The pivot lock. Yeah.
So.
PLXT.
It's PL something. Yeah, I was close. But it's really fun. Fidgety.
Oh yeah.
It is not as lightweight as it looks. It is kind of a chunky knife, but
not to the Yeet approved level.
It's right on the border. This kind of I call this the poor man's mini Adamas. So, if you're looking for that feel and look, this one is it's right there, and I believe this one was under $100. So
yeah,
I carry this one a lot actually, so I like this one. So yeah, put that side by side with it. You'll see what I was saying, like, you know,
Yeah.
the holes, you know. That's the mini Adamas, and this is a little bit smaller, so if it was a little bit bigger,
Yep.
it could reach the yeet approval of,
Right.
of this one.
Yeah.
So,
And you guys already saw my mini Adamas, so I'll show one that I haven't shown, and that I don't think I've shown at all on this channel. But this is going to be one that I picked up at Blade West last year from WE. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember the name of this one.
you didn't remember the name of the one you had last week. I had to find it for you.
So
We're getting bad here. We're 0 for 3 on knives that we carry and what they're called.
And this one right here, I love this design. I love the blade shape, and it's a lot like the Ferrum Forge designs that they do as well. It's got the finger choil right there. I think this one's gorgeous. It has the anodized holes right there to give it a little bit of accent. The tie, like anodized tie, Damascus.
Which I can imagine that is easy to do.
No. And I just, this is a beautiful knife right here. Now, this is a special edition. So we're talking 20 CV on the blade steel, and this one is number 4 of 155 made. So that was the main reason why I got it. I bought it from the WE and CIVIVI booth from Seth, and this one is one of my favorites. And actually, these are the two. So I've told you guys this, I text my daughter pictures. I give her a selection, and she gets to pick out when she's not with me. She gets to pick out the knives that I carry, because that's something she really enjoys doing. So these are the two that she picked out for me to carry today, and those are my favorites that I've got with me today.
Those are nice. And then Greg has now collected all of these Shrades that you can get, and you know, I don't think there's many of these left. So if you want to hop on these, if Greg has these guys, I mean, that tells you a lot right there. Greg don't collect much of anything. He still says he's not collecting these, but he has them all. So
it's only 4.
And I will say, we didn't realize, we had not dug into the variety that we had available in these when we originally showed them as just the drop point, but also the clip point and the 2 gut hook versions. The 2 gut hook versions both coming with the blade engraving, the 75th anniversary blade engraving right there. So these are actually from the Shrade USA factory, and we had handles put on them all. They were already...
and they do come shiny. Greg has force patinaed all of these, I believe.
Yeah. Well,
office is musty.
that's what his pockets do. So these were all actually put together, assembled in the Shrade USA factory, and then they were skeletons basically without the handle material pinned on there. We sent them off to have the handles put on there overseas, and got them back. And now we're selling them at a really, really great price to have a nice piece of history from the Shrade USA factory there.
And some of these are pretty cool in the fact that, I mean, like this one don't have a nail nick. So, I mean, you're getting a piece of something that that you can talk about how, you know, this knife wasn't finished. This was just the last of the last that they had. So I think that's really neat in the fact that you don't realize how weird a knife can look sometimes without that nail nick, but at the same time, it's a really interesting, cool knife to have and story to tell on it. And that Stag on it's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's our knife show, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We don't know why you do, but we're glad you do. We appreciate you guys as always. It's been me, TC, here along with Isaac and Greg.
Yo!
And remember, if you need a new knife, we're here. Because if it carries, we cut it. If it cuts, we carry it. That's how it goes. Country road.
Hopefully people don't unsubscribe from this one.
To the place